Hey everybody, welcome to class today. Today is going to be a 70-minute intermediate advanced forward folding class. So we get into lots of inversions and lots of arm balances. If you enjoy these classes, please remember to like and subscribe. And if you want to know more or if you have any class requests, head over to my Instagram or let me know in the comments. We are going to get started today in an extended child's pose. Starting in an active child's pose, extend the arms out in front of you, ground down through the palms. Elbows are lifting up and away from the floor. Take a nice deep breath, feel the belly expand between the legs. And then exhale through the mouth, let it go. One more like that, big belly breath. And then exhale, let it go. Starting to breathe in and out through the nose, maybe inviting in Ujjayi Pranayama. And then from here, you're going to work the palms towards each other, prayer hands. Bend at the elbows and bring the hands above your head like a little shark fin. If you want more of a stretch here, you can either walk the elbows forward and sink in, or you can put your elbows up on blocks, stretching out the back of the triceps, the lats. One more breath. And then release the hands, come up into all fours. Inhale, cow belly breath. Exhale for cat. Take a few more rounds at your own pace, adding in any movements that feel organic to you. Find your neutral spine. Inhale, reach the right arm forward. And as you exhale, reach the left leg back for spinal balance. Strongly engage through the back of the left leg. The toes point down towards the floor. The belly's engaged. Take an inhale here, reach longer. And as you exhale, round out, tap knee to elbow. Inhale, reach it long. Exhale to curl in, scoop the belly. Inhale, reach long. Exhale. Two more. Inhale, reach it long. Exhale, tabletop. Inhale, reach the left arm long. Exhale, extend the right leg behind you. Engage strongly through the back of the right leg, even off the pelvis and the shoulders. Take an inhale, reach long. Exhale, round out, tap knee to elbow. Inhale, reach it long. Exhale, knee to elbow. Take three more. Inhale, reach everything long. Exhale, set it down to tabletop. Keeping the tops of the feet to the floor, take an inhale, cow belly. And as you exhale, round out into cat, press into the tops of the feet, bring the knees to hover. Hug the outer ankles in to support the ankle joints. Drop the knees as you inhale, cow belly breath. Exhale, round the spine, hover the knees, space between the shoulders and the ears. Inhale, lower the knees, cow belly. Exhale, round and hover. Take two more rounds like this. This time lower the knees, inhale into a neutral spine. Send the left leg back. As you exhale, hug the right knee into the chest. Inhale, send it back to plank. Exhale, hug the left knee to the chest without moving the spine, activating the hip flexors. Inhale to plank. Exhale, right knee. Inhale, plank. Exhale, left knee. Inhale, plank. One more each side. Take an inhale in your plank. Exhale, take it back to downward facing dog. Inhale up onto the tippy toes, ripple the spine forward, plank pose. Exhale, hips up and back, downward facing dog. Take 4 more breaths like this, moving in and out of plank and downward dog. Keep those outer ankles hugging in. Strong engagement through the legs, the glutes, the lower belly to support the spine. And then make your way into a plank pose. Lower the right elbow down and then the left elbow down. Plant the left palm and then plant the right palm. Lower the left elbow down and then the right elbow. Right palm, left palm. Keep going like this, alternating right and left. You can go as fast as you want to, but I encourage you to keep the hips from just swinging wildly side to side. So the slower you go, the harder it will be, the more you'll have to control the movement, the stronger you'll get. And then on the next time that your forearms are down on the floor, we're going to stay here in our forearm plank. Strongly engage through the legs, energy through the heels and the crown of the head. And then start to walk the feet up towards the elbows for dolphin pose. We're building heat pretty quickly here today. Press the floor away, elbows underneath the shoulders. If the elbows start to splay out, just wiggle them back in. And take the feet about a foot print or half a footprint backwards. Gaze in between your thumbs. You've definitely done these with me before. Inhale, shift forward, tap the nose to the floor. Exhale, take it back. We're going for 10. If this is too much, you can always drop the knees and do this from the knees, or just don't tap the nose to the floor, only come halfway. Keep readjusting those elbows under the shoulders if you need to. And then bring it back up into dolphin, straighten one arm, then the other, and take it back into your downward facing dog. Take a full cycle of breath. Shift forward into your plank. And then for this first one, you're going to drop the knees, shift the chest forward, exhale, lower halfway down, chaturanga. Inhale, lift the knees, hover in your chaturanga. Set the knees down, exhale, back into a kneeling plank. 2 more like that, shift your weight forward, lower down halfway into chaturanga. Inhale, lift the knees, lower the knees, exhale, press back up to your modified plank. 1 more like that, inhale, shift forward, exhale to lower. Inhale, lift the knees, hover in chaturanga. Exhale, set the knees down, press back up, and then all the way into downward facing dog. You can stay with that variation, or our vinyasa for today. Inhale, shift it forward into plank. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, straight back to plank. Exhale, downward dog. 2 more like that. Inhale, shift forward. Exhale to lower, strong belly. Inhale to plank. Exhale, downward dog. Inhale, shift forward. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale to plank. Exhale, downward facing dog. Look to the feet, start to walk the hands all the way back towards the toes. And then just come into a rag doll, grabbing opposite elbows, letting the upper body cascade over the legs. Here we go, there's our fancy word for the day, cascade. And then you're going to plant the hands down just in front of the shoulders and then start to shift up onto the tippy toes, shifting the weight into the hands, and then see if you can just float the feet to the backs of the wrists. Walk the hands forward, shift the weight into the hands, gently grip at the mat, see if you can float the feet, and keep going. We're press walking all the way to the top of the mat. And then once you get there, gentle bend in the knees, upper body is heavy as you stack the spine, coming all the way up into standing. And take a nice deep breath in your Tadasana, grounding yourself upright. Surya Namaskar A, 5 rounds, no back bend. Inhale, sweep the arms. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift, lengthen. Exhale, plant the hands, step, walk or float to chaturanga. Inhale to plank. Exhale to downward dog. Move at your own pace or with me. Step, walk or float to the top of the mat. Inhale to lengthen. Exhale to fold. Inhale, raise the arms up. Exhale to fold. Inhale, Ardha Uttanasana. Exhale, plant the hands, Chaturanga Dandasana. Inhale, plank. Exhale, Urdhva Mukha Svanasana. Look to the top, step, walk or float. Inhale, halfway lift, lengthen. Exhale to fold. Inhale, sweep the arms. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, step, walk or float. Inhale, plank. Exhale, Ardha Mukha. Look to the top, step, walk or float. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, fold. Inhale, raise all the way up. Exhale, fold. Take the next 2 rounds at your own pace. I'm going to do an extra round just in case you're not quite with my pace. Give everyone a moment to catch up. If you're in downward dog, step, walk or float to the top of the mat. Inhale, halfway lift, lengthen. Exhale to fold. Bend the knees for chair pose. Inhale. Exhale, come to standing. Surya Namaskar B, you can take warrior 1 or crescent pose. Inhale, chair. Exhale, fold. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, step, walk or float. Inhale, plank. Exhale, downward dog. Step the right leg forward, either drop the back heel or stay on the back toes. Inhale, sweep up for your lunge. Exhale, plant the hands, option, single leg vinyasa. Step the left leg forward, and on your inhale, raise up into your lunge. Exhale, plant the hands, option single leg vinyasa. You know that vinyasas are always optional. Look to the top, step, walk or float. Inhale to lengthen. Exhale to fold. Bend the knees, inhale, chair pose. Exhale to stand. 4 more rounds just like that. Inhale, chair. Exhale, fold. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, step, walk or float. Inhale, plank. Exhale, fold. Step the right leg, raise up, inhale. Plant the hands, exhale, take it through your vinyasa, meet in dog. Step the left leg, inhale. Exhale, take it down and through. Look to the top, step, walk or float. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, fold. Inhale, chair. Exhale, stand. Inhale, chair. Exhale, fold. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, step, walk or float. Inhale, plank. Exhale, dog. Step the right leg, inhale, raise. Exhale, vinyasa. Left leg steps, inhale, raise. Exhale, vinyasa. Look to the top, step, walk or float. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, fold. Inhale, chair. Exhale to stand. 2 more rounds just like that, just breath cues now. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Right leg, inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Left leg, inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Step, walk or float. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Last round, inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Right leg, inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Left leg, inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Step, walk or float. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Hold for 5 breaths in your chair pose. Send the hips back more, parallel the torso with the floor. Ardha Utkatasana, half chair pose. If arms in front is too much, reach them back behind you or out to the sides. Shift the weight into the left leg. Keep the torso parallel with the floor. Step the right foot to the back of the mat. coming into a power lunge. Strongly hug that left hip in. The knee is above the ankle and it's tracking directly forward. Again, arms in front is your hardest option. Take them closer to the body to make it easier for you. Take the hands down, start to straighten out through that front leg for an extended pyramid pose. Option to flex the front ankle and get more into the calf and the hammy. Keep drawing that left hip back, shoulders away from the ears. Ground down through that front left foot, step up into standing splits. Option to grab a hold of the ankle, challenging your balance. The right toes point down to the floor and you're strongly engaging through the back of the right leg, the hamstring and the glute. You can feel free to hang out here, or we're going to play with handstand or handstand hops. If you're coming into handstand, make sure that the weight comes directly over the wrist. You're gently gripping the mat with the fingertips and think of going up as opposed to over. So think long through the lower back. And know that some days you can nail it and some days you just can't. If you came up to handstand, step that left leg down, step the right foot all the way to the back of the mat. Parallel the feet so that you're facing the long end of your mat. Take an inhale, come all the way up, reverse the blood flow for a second. And then as you exhale, interlace the fingers behind the back. Inhale, broaden through the collarbones. And then as you exhale, halfway fold. So we're going to hold. We're working on strengthening the spine here. Fingertips are reaching, or fists are reaching towards the back of the room. Strong engagement through the legs. And then dive it all the way forward, letting those hands come up and overhead. Opening up through the shoulders, strong engagement through the legs. You can stay here, or if headstand is in your practice, take the hands down to the floor, crown of the head down to the floor, come up onto the tippy toes, straddle the legs, and then come all the way up into your headstand. If you came upside down, slowly straddle the legs. Tap the toes down. Inhale, come into your halfway lift. And then as you exhale, you're going to walk yourself all the way over to the right side of your mat. Drop the back knee, untuck the toes, inhale, sweep the arms up for your Anjaneyasana. Start to send the hips back, Ardha Hanumanasana. Start to plant down through that right foot, shift the hips forward, lift up through the back leg, coming into your runner's lunge. Fingertips are hovering just above the mat or just touching the mat. Strongly hugging that right leg. And then we're coming up into a shrimp squat. So tuck that left knee back behind the right knee. Bring the hands up to heart center. Draw the left heel into the glute and then hug that right hip back in towards the midline. Keeping that deep squat in through your right leg. And then start to straighten out through the right leg. Draw the left knee in towards the chest. Take peace fingers, hook them around the left big toe. And start to extend the left leg towards the front of the room. New front of the room. From here, keep a hold of the big toe if you can. Start to shift the hips back. Bend through the right knee. We're coming all the way down into a pistol squat. Use the hands if you need to. Maybe you can let go of the big toe using the strength of the left quad to hold you there. And then slowly with control start to plant the right heel if it's not already hips to the floor. We're coming into heron pose, so draw that right heel either back behind you or around by the left hip. Interlace the fingers around the sole of the left foot. Tall through the spine, start to extend that left leg. Start to draw that right leg towards the left leg, towards the back of the room for a variation of our Karna Dhanurasana, archer's pose. You can extend that right leg out in front of you if that feels more comfortable in your body. And if you haven't already extended that right leg out in front of you, extend it out in front of you. Plant the sole of the left foot to the floor. Start to shift the weight forward. And then come back up into your pistol squat with the right leg out in front of you now. Swing that right leg back so that we're coming into a little crouch. We're preparing for crow pose. It was an unnecessary transition, but you know, we got there. Plant the hands, legs to the backs of the arms. Take your crow pose. And of course you can stay here, or if tripod headstand is in your practice, slowly with control lower the crown of the head to the floor and then extend the legs up towards the sky. And if you came up into your headstand, you're going to come back via crow pose. And then see if you can step, walk or float the feet to the back of the mat. Chaturanga. Inhale to plank pose. Exhale, downward facing dog. Look towards the top of the mat, step, walk or float. Inhale, halfway lift, lengthen. Exhale to fold. Bend the knees, sink the hips, chair pose, 5 breaths. Ardha Utkatasana, half chair, send hips back, the torso parallel with the floor. Ground down through the right foot, start to send that left leg to the back of the mat, coming into your power lunge. Hug that right hip into the midline. then straightening out through that front leg, coming into your extended pyramid pose. Again, feeling free to play with the point and the flex of the ankle, plantar flexion, dorsiflexion. And then shifting the weight into the right leg, coming into your standing split. Left toes point towards the floor. Maybe you take the right hand around the back of the right calf and the left hand to the right ankle. You can hang out here, or once again we've got an opportunity to play with our handstand or handstand hops. So using your whole hand once you get up to try and catch your balance. Lengthening through the tailbone, engaging the glutes. And if you came up, slowly lower that right leg down. And then step the left leg to the back of the mat, parallel the feet. Inhale, come all the way up to stand. And then as you exhale, aeroplane the arms, come back into that halfway fold. This time as you inhale, stretch the arms to the front of the room or out in front of you, overhead. Exhale, come back to your aeroplane arms. Inhale, reach overhead. Exhale, aeroplane. Take 3 more like this. Inhale, reach it forward. Exhale, fold forward. Start to walk the hands back towards the back of the mat, so you've got like little chaturanga arms. And once again, you can feel free to hang out here or coming up into your tripod headstand. Maybe this time you take feet taps, so tapping the toes and then straddling them up, tapping the heels. Straddle them down, tap the toes to the floor. And then as you exhale, take them up. Four more. And if you came upside down, slowly straddle the feet down. Inhale, come into your halfway lift. And then pivot towards the left. Dropping the back right knee, untucking the toes. Inhale, Anjaneyasana. Sweep the arms up, stretching through the hip flexor. And then straightening out through that front leg, coming into Ardha Hanumanasana, shifting the hips backwards. Chest is forward. Planting down through that left foot, lifting the back knee, coming into your runner's lunge, up on the fingertips, or maybe fingertips just hover, reaching the chest forward. Coming into our shrimp squat, send the weight into the left foot, hug the right knee to the back of the left knee, and then float the hands up to heart center, hugging that left hip in towards the midline, the right heel in towards the glutes. And then start to straighten out through the left leg. Bring the right knee in towards the chest. Take the peace fingers, hook them around the big toe. Uttita Padang Bustasana. Straightening that right leg as much as you can, keeping the shoulder in its alignment. So if the shoulder is reaching right forward and you're collapsing through the chest, bend the knee as much as you need to. Start to send the hips back. Bend the left knee, coming all the way down into your pistol squat. Use the hands if you need to. And then once you're there, maybe you can release the right toe. If the left heel's not down, start to try and bring it down. Bring the hips to the floor. Interlace the hands around the sole of the right foot. Take the left foot either back by the left hip or tuck it under for the right hip. Extend the right leg into Kranchasana, Heron Pose. Keeping the left leg as it is, or maybe you extend it out in front of you, bending that right knee as if you can draw it towards the back of your mat for our Karna Dhanurasana. If the left leg's not extended in front of you, extend it out there now. Plant down through the right foot. Maybe you can do this without using your hands. Come back up into your pistol squat. And then sweep that left foot around to join the right. Preparing for another round of Bakasana Crow Pose. Maybe this time, if you didn't the last time, you lower the crown of the head and you come to your headstand. If you came to headstand last time, maybe you play with knee tucks this time. So extending up into your headstand and then drawing the knees back into the chest, tapping the knees to the backs of the arms, and then extending up for one. And we'll take 4 more breaths wherever you are. If you came into headstand, come back via crow. Raise up into your crow and then step, walk or float to the back of the mat. Inhale to plank. Exhale, downward facing dog. Look to the top of the mat, step, walk or float. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale to fold. We're going to try it breath to movement. Let's see if I can remember everything. Inhale, chair pose. Exhale, half chair. Send the weight into the left leg, step the right leg back. Inhale in your power lunge. And then exhale, pyramid pose. Inhale, standing split. Plant the hands. Maybe you play with a handstand or a handstand hop. And then take the left foot down, step the right foot to the back of the mat, parallel the feet. Inhale, come up through center. Exhale, fold forward. Stay here or just for a breath. Inhale, headstand. Exhale, straddle the feet, come down. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, pivot to the back of the mat, drop the knee. Inhale, Anjaneyasana. Exhale, Ardha Hanumanasana. Inhale into your runner's lunge. Exhale, shrimp squat. Inhale, draw the left knee to the chest, come to stand. Hook the big toe, and as you exhale, Utthita Prakusthasana. Take an inhale here. Send the hips back as you exhale, coming into your pistol squat. Take an inhale here. Exhale, drop the hips to the floor. Interlace the fingers around the foot. Inhale into your heron pose. Exhale, bend the knee towards the back of the room. Extend that right leg out, plant the left foot. With or without the hands, come up into your pistol squat. It's so much harder than it should be. And then exhale, right foot meets left. Take an inhale, come into your crow pose. And then exhale, we're just going to shoot it straight back into chaturanga. Inhale into plank. Exhale, downward dog. Look to the new front of the mat, step, walk or float. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale to fold. Bend the knees, sink the hips, chair pose. Exhale, half chair. Shift the weight into the right foot. Inhale in your power lunge. And then exhale, extended pyramid pose. Inhale into your standing split. Plant the hands, maybe take a couple of hops towards handstand. And then plant the right foot, step the left foot. Inhale, raise up through center. You're now facing the long end of your mat. Exhale, fold forward. Stay in your prasarita or plant the crown of the head with control. Come up, tripod headstand. Exhale, straddle the legs, come down. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, rotate to the front of your mat, drop the back knee. Inhale, Anjaneyasana. Exhale, Ardha Hanumanasana. Shift forward, inhale into your runner's lunge. Exhale into your shrimp squat. Inhale, come to standing, draw the right knee in towards the chest. Hook the big toe. And then on your next inhale, extend the leg. Exhale, start to bend in through the hips, bend in through the knee, lower into your pistol squat. And then drop the hips to the floor. Tuck that left leg under on your next inhale, heron pose. And then as you exhale, draw the knee towards the back of the mat. Extend that left leg in front of you, plant the right foot up into your pistol squat. And then sweep that left leg to meet the right, coming into your crow pose. And then shoot it back, chaturanga. Inhale to plank. Exhale, downward facing dog. Take a breath. Look towards the top of the mat, step, walk or float. Inhale to lengthen. Exhale to fold. This time, inhale, lengthen, come into your halfway lift. Parallel the spine, gentle bend in with the knees. As you inhale, sweep the arms forward. And then as you exhale, sweep the arms back behind you. Like huge big wings. Inhale, sweep them forward. Exhale, sweep them back. You should really feel your spinal erectors working here. One more breath. As you inhale, sweep all the way up to standing. And then as you exhale, swing that forward. Lift the right leg into a standing split, inhale. And then as you exhale, engage into that left leg, coming into your warrior three. Reach the arms out in front of you, if you can. You might stay here, or as you exhale, start to draw those arms back into cactus arms. Hips are even. Inhale, reach the arms forward. Exhale, cactus arms. 3 more. And then send that right leg to the back of the mat. Inhale, come up, crescent pose. And then as you exhale, you're going to cactus those arms, dip the back knee. Inhale into crescent. Exhale to dip. 3 more. Inhale, come into your crescent. Exhale, straighten out the front leg, but reach the arms towards the front of the mat. Extend that right heel down towards the floor, but it won't touch. So we're like in our power lunge, except our front leg is straight, but not locked out. And then start to take the hands down towards the floor, step up and balance on that left leg, coming into your standing split. Take an inhale in your standing split, and then as you exhale, bend the left knee, tuck the right knee behind, coming into your shrimp squat. Maybe you do it without the hands. Inhale, standing split. Exhale to your squat. 3, 4, 5. Plant the hands, come into your standing split, stay here, or once again, maybe you play with your handstand hops, or catch your balance in handstand. If you came up, take the left leg down, step that right leg back, inhale, 5-pointed star in facing the long end of your mat. And then as you exhale, fold it forward. This time, hook the big toes. Inhale, peel the chest forward. And then as you exhale, fold forward. Maybe you stay here. Maybe you take another headstand. Or if you want to try pincha mayurasana, you can do it to the long end of your mat or just pivot back to the short edge of your mat. If pincha mayurasana is not in your practice and you still want to do a different inversion, you can always come up into dolphin pose. And same with pincha as with headstand and handstand. Think of engaging through the lower back, pressing the floor away and pushing up towards the sky as opposed to just flinging the legs overhead. If you came up into an inversion, slowly lower down, come back into prasarita. Inhale, come into a halfway lift, and then as you exhale, pivot towards the back of the mat. Lower the back knee, inhale, come into your Anjaneyasana. Maybe this time you shift the chest forwards, bend the back knee, reach back with the right hand for that incoming left foot for a deep quad stretch. If you had a hold of that foot, slowly release it. Shift back into your Ardha Hanumanasana, or maybe start to creep that right foot forward, the left leg back, coming into full Hanumanasana. Only meeting your edge, never pushing past it. Feel free to take blocks if your hips are super high, if you feel like you need some support underneath the hands or the legs. then slowly start to walk that left knee in, coming back into your Ardha Hanumanasana. Plant down through the right leg, shift forward into your runner's lunge. This time take both hands to the inside of the right foot. You could stay here or lower down onto the forearms, coming into your lizard lunge. Or you can take the right arm, snake it underneath the right leg, and then take the left arm around the back, reaching for the bind. You can hang out here or Kundinyasana. Take the right shoulder underneath the right leg. Shift forward into your chaturanga arm. Start to walk the right foot forward until it lifts off, and then kick that left leg back up off the floor. Extend it to the back of the room. Set the left leg down. Set the right foot down. We're coming back. We're coming up into eagle pose, so sweep that left leg forward, cross it over the right knee, left arm comes underneath the right arm, Garudasana eagle pose. Start to unwind that left leg and start to tilt forward, coming into a warrior three with eagle arms. Start to bend through the right leg. You're going to bring that left foot through. We're coming back into our pistol squat. Use the hands if you need to. And then lower the feet, lower the hips down onto the floor. Extend that right leg out in front of you. Take your hands around the sole of the left foot. Start in your heron pose. Maybe you stay here, or maybe you start to come into Arkarna Dhanurasana, bending that left leg back. Stay here, or take the right hand to the outside edge of the left foot. Hook the left knee over the left shoulder like a backpack, and plant that left hand to the outside of the left hip. Maybe you can then start to extend through that left leg, looking out underneath the right arm for compass pose. If you're super tight in through the hamstrings like me, you probably won't get underneath your armpit without really compressing and rounding out through the spine, so just take it to your level. You could stay here or Ashtavakrasana. Keep the leg hooked over the arm. Plant both hands to the outsides of the hips. Start by lifting the hips and then lifting the right foot. Maybe you can stay balanced here in elephant pose, working on the strength of the abs and the hip flexors. Or hook that right ankle over the left. Send the legs over towards the left as you bend the chest forward in between your chaturanga arms. Slowly start to bring it back through center. Cross over the ankles, plant the hands with or without a vinyasa to downward dog. Look towards the top, step walk or float. Inhale, lift, halfway lift, lengthen. Exhale to fold. Gentle bend in the knees as you come into that halfway lift, flat back. Inhale, sweep the arms all the way forward. Exhale, take them to the back. 4 more breaths like this. Inhale, sweep all the way up to standing. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, sweep the left leg up, come into your standing split, and then start to engage through the right leg, coming into your warrior three. Inhale, stay here, or sweep the arms forward. And as you exhale, cactus the arms. Inhale, reach. Exhale to cactus. 3 more breaths. Inhale, reach the arms forward, step the left leg back. Inhale, up into your crescent. And then as you exhale, dip the back knee, cactus the arms. Inhale, crescent. Exhale to dip. Inhale, crescent. Exhale to dip. Take 2 more. Inhale, crescent. Exhale. Come into your extended power pyramid pose. Torso's parallel to the floor. Arms reach forward if you can. Make sure you're not locking out that right leg and you're actively kicking the left heel towards the floor. And take the hands down, shift the weight into the right leg, coming into your standing split. Give the right leg a shake if you need to. Take an inhale here, and as you exhale, bend into the right knee, tuck the left knee behind for your shrimp squat. Inhale into your standing split, maybe you take the hands off. Exhale to squat for 2, 3, 4, 5, and then extend that left leg up, coming into your standing split, or maybe playing around one last time with your handstand. Bringing the right leg down if you came up into handstand, stepping the left leg back, pivoting towards the long end of the room. Inhale, sweep the arms up, 5-pointed start. And then as you exhale, fold forward, taking your prasarita, or once again, if you wanted to play around with your pincha mayurasana, you're more than welcome to do that. Or any other inversion that you're working towards. If you came up into your inversion, slowly lower yourself down. Pivot all the way to the front of the mat. Drop the back knee. Inhale, raise up into your Anjaneyasana and stay. Or take the hands to the floor. Bend the right knee. Reach the left arm back for the incoming right leg for the hip flexor quad stretch. Slowly, with control, release that right leg. Shift the hips back, coming into Ardha Hanumanasana, or maybe starting to snake that left heel forward, the right leg back, coming into your full Hanumanasana, whatever that might look like for you. It's coming into the rainy season here, and the bugs are just going bananas. If you came into your full split, start to come back into a half split. however gracefully or ungracefully. Plant the left foot, shift forward into your runner's lunge. Maybe you take both hands to the inside. Maybe you lower down onto your forearms in a lizard lunge, or take that left arm underneath the left leg, reaching for the back, and then reach the right hand around the back to grab for the bind. And then feeling free to hang out here, or Kundinyasana, taking that left arm underneath the left leg, walking that left leg forward till it lifts, bend into your chaturanga arms, and float that right leg off. And set the feet down, come back into your runner's lunge, take an inhale. And then step the right leg up, coming into your Garudasana, crossing the right knee over the left, right arm wraps underneath the left. And then unraveling that right leg, tilting yourself forward into a warrior 3 with Garudasana arms. Strong engagement through the right leg. Unravel the arms, start to bend through the left leg, shoot the right leg through, coming into your pistol squat. And then lower the hips down to the floor. Start by coming into your heron pose. Stop anywhere along the way. Start to bend into the right knee. Maybe take the left hand to the outside edge of the left hand to the outside edge of the right foot as you take that right leg over the right shoulder, and then start to extend that right leg any amount, maybe looking at underneath the left arm towards the left side of the room. And you can feel free to hang out here in your compass pose, or we'll work towards Ashtavakrasana. Plant the hands on either sides of the hips. I'm really doing well at talking at the moment. Start by lifting the hips up, then start to lift the left leg. Balance here for a few breaths in elephant pose. Stay here, or start to hook that left ankle on top of the right. Send the legs over towards the right, coming into Ashtavakrasana. And then bringing it back through center, cross over the ankles with or without a vinyasa. Take it back, downward facing dog. Look towards the top of the mat, step walk or float your way through to a seat. Take your peace fingers, hook them around the big toes, and then start to extend those legs up to the sky for Ubaya Padangusthasana. Slowly, with control, start to release the toes, coming into Navasana. And then keep the torso leaning back slightly. You're just going to bring the legs to hover above the floor. Keep an engagement through the lower belly. Take an inhale, split the legs. Exhale, tap the heels together. Inhale, split. Exhale, tap together. Take 3 more. And then set the legs down. Take an inhale. And then as you exhale, start to lean that torso back out on a 45. This time we're going to lift the legs up. So as you inhale, lift the legs to hover. Exhale, lift. Inhale, tap the heels to the floor. Exhale, lift. Inhale, see if you can hover them just above the floor. Exhale to lift. Inhale to hover. 2 more. And then set them down. Hello, quadriceps. Inhale, sweep the arms up and overhead. Exhale, fold it forward. Slowly rolling it up. Coming into a hip opener of your choice. We didn't do a lot of hip opening today, so I would probably recommend just coming into a simple cross-legged position. If you want to, you can take Gomukhasana or double pigeon. Inhale, sweep the arms up and overhead. Keeping the sit bones grounded as you exhale, start to hinge forward from the hips and then start to crawl yourself forward. Keep those sit bones heavy on the ground. And then walk yourself back in, switch it out, whatever you're doing. Sit bones heavy on the ground. Inhale, sweep those arms up. And then as you exhale, fold it forward. Start to walk yourself up. Make your way to the top of the mat, and then slowly, with control, roll yourself down all the way onto the back. We're going to take a brief bridge pose, so feet are hips distance apart, knees will track whatever direction the feet are facing. Take an inhale. And then as you exhale, think of drawing the frontal rib points towards the lower, so frontal hip points towards the lower ribs as you peel the spine up into a bridge. You can stay in bridge, you can take a supported bridge with a block underneath you, or you can take a rolling bridge where you roll up and down the length of the spine. Do whatever feels the best in your body here. We're just countering those deep forward folds that we got into. And take one more breath here. And then lower it down. And draw the knees in towards the chest. You can take a happy baby if you want to, or you can just hug the hands around the shins. Do what feels the best for you. And release the left leg, send it long on the mat. Hug the right knee in towards the chest. Take the left hand to the outside of the right knee. Shift the hips to the right. And then draw the right knee over towards the left for a spinal twist. You can let the gaze fall over to the right. And then draw it back through center. Draw the left knee in towards the chest as you send the right leg long. Shift the hips slightly to the left. And then draw the left knee over to the right. Left arm extends long. See if you can keep the left shoulder on the floor. And then draw it all back in towards center. Take any other movements you feel like you need. And then roll yourself up into a ball. Give everything one tight little squeeze. Take an inhale. And then as you exhale, release into your final resting position, whatever that looks like for you. It can be a child's pose. It can be a seated pose. You can have your legs up the wall. Wherever you are, I invite you to take one final deep breath. And let everything go through the mouth. And take a minute just to let the body settle. Let the mind settle. Thank you so much for practicing with me today. Today, as you go forward, may you have peace in your thoughts, peace in your words, and peace in your heart. Namaste.